Hi, my name's Nikki Butler and I'm a skin and scar specialist. So in this video, I'm going to give you my top 3 tips for looking after your skin during the autumn and winter months. Now our skin is changing all of the time, but we can really notice a difference with our skin during the changes from seasons. And autumn, coming from summer into autumn, can be quite a big one. So because we're going from the extreme temperatures of being inside with central heating or where it's warmer and going outside to the cooler weather, your skin can become quite dehydrated and can be quite affected by those climate changes. And typically our lifestyles will tend to change, and so does our diet and nutrition as well, because we're eating different types of food. So I'm going to share with you my top 3 tips for looking after your skin as you go from autumn through into winter. So in at number 1 is to continue to use your sunscreen. So sunscreen is really, really important, 365 days a year. And the reason for this is you have UVA rays and UVB rays. So UVA is for aging, UVB is for burning. So if you think that UVA rays are present 365 days a year, from whenever we have daylight, your skin is exposed to UVA rays. So making sure you're using your sunscreen every single day is really important. And if you've watched many of my videos or read much of my content before, you'll know that I'm always talking about sunscreen because it's so important. But UVA rays are responsible for up to 90% of premature aging. So that's things like increased lines and wrinkles, hydration, dull, tired-looking skin, pigmentation, sun damage. All of those things are primarily contributed by the exposure to UVA rays. So super important. Ideally use an SPF 50, if not a factor 30 as a bare minimum. Broad spectrum, so covering UVA and UVB, and a 4 or 5 star rating. You can choose from natural sunscreens such as the Alumier range, where you have zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, which are natural sunscreens, or you can look at some of the high street brands as well, such as Vichy or La Roche-Posay. But please, if you do nothing else, keep applying your sunscreen. So in at number 2 is to think about changing your moisturiser. So I talked about at the start how we're going from the warmer indoor temperatures with central heating, which could be quite drying, out into the cold air, which is also quite drying on the skin. So if you are not using a moisturiser, so I don't use a moisturiser during the summer months, but I would introduce a moisturiser during autumn and winter. So if you're not using a moisturiser, think about introducing a light moisturiser at this stage. If you do use a moisturiser daily, then think about switching to something that's slightly richer to give your skin that kind of boost and that hydration as we're going through these cooler months. And then my number 3 tip is to look at the things you can include in your diet to really, really boost and protect your skin. So if you think about the lovely autumnal squashes, so think about pumpkin, butternut squash, those vegetables are really high in something called beta carotene, and that's an antioxidant, so it's helping to protect your skin and repair from the exposure of the UV rays, which is really important, but it's also helping to boost collagen within the skin and promote healthy cell turnover and healthy skin. So it's super important. I can't give tips without giving some advice on nutrition, because my background is also nutritional therapy. And because your skin is the largest organ of your body, it will respond to everything that you're putting into your body. So thinking about some of those nutrition choices is really important. So the other thing that I would say is try and eat the rainbow. So all the different fruits and vegetables have different nutritional qualities. So eating as much variety as you can will really help your skin, but making the most of those seasonal vegetables is absolutely the place to start. I'm going to throw you a number 4 as well, because I do think this is important. So if you include a lip balm with a sunscreen into your skincare routine, it will really help to keep your lips hydrated. So many people suffer with hydration issues on the lips, so cracked, sore, dry lips, cracked corners of the mouth, because again, we're exposed to extremes of like the heating and the cold, and that will really help. If you can make sure you include something with an SPF, I loved the Jane Iredale lip drink products. They come in loads of different colours, but they've got an SPF 15 and they're super moisturising. So that is my little extra tip number 4. So if you would like some help putting together a skincare routine, then by all means get in touch with me and I'd be happy to help you. If you visit my website, which is nikkibutler.co.uk, and follow the Your Skin path, you can get in touch with me that way. Have a lovely autumn and winter, and make sure you wrap up warm.